Good evening, viewers. This week, BBC had telecasted a documentary named What is India? The Modi Question. It was regarding the 2002 Gujarat riots in which PM Modi was alleged to be a part of it. But viewers, let's decode what this BBC is, and let's try to understand much about it in a deeper sense. Even after the judgment from our Supreme Judiciary, BBC has taken up this issue, but I am not surprised by it because international media have always been behind anti-Modi, anti-India propaganda. I'll give you instances of such. The New York Times wanted an anti-Modi prerequisite for job applicants. The Wall Street Journal blamed the government of India and Hindus for the Delhi riots. So this has been habitual to all those medias, those called international medias, and which people have started boycotting already. Let me tell BBC what's the truth, because BBC may be a big news network, but it's failing to update its news and facts. According to the latest SIT report, there remains two main aspects which makes two things quite clear. One, on Feb 27th, after the attack, there was an urgent meeting called in CM's residence at around 11 p.m. Sanjeev Bhatt, the then IPS officer, said after 9 years that Modi had organized a meeting and he asked police officials not to come in the way of quote unquote Hindu backlash. But the SIT didn't even know whether he was present in the meeting. The second point was Modi's cabinet had two main ministers, I.K. Jadeja and Ashok Bhatt. They were sent to the control rooms, and there was a rumor that they were sent there to tame the police. But that was a falsehood. And later in SIT report, it was quite clear that they were sent there to control the riots, or else this could have spread across the state. BBC, you need evidence to call someone a prosecutor, but not fabricated, but not old evidences. I know it really well that BBC is good at fabricating evidences and making their own untruthful agendas, which further implies to a propaganda. And if BBC really needs proof for all of these, let me tell them and all my viewers to read two books which will make the agenda of BBC quite clear. A person named Robin Aitken had worked in BBC for around 25 years as a journalist. This journalist, who has worked for 25 years in BBC, has written two books about BBC. One, Can We Trust BBC? The second is The Noble Liar. Both of these books show the real picture of BBC. Telling it in glimpse is that these books tell you how BBC distorts facts for its own agenda and propaganda. If you have time, then do read these books to know what BBC is actually about. And if BBC wants to do such documentaries, let them do something truthful. Let's give them an open challenge. BBC, if you have the real guts, then make a documentary on the atrocities, the loot, the killing, the starvation, and the cruelty the British Empire caused in India for more than a century. If you want to make a documentary, make it on 30 lakh people's death in Bengal. I'll just explain what happened then so that my viewers understand it. This happened in 1943. This was called to be a Bengal famine, but I call it a man-made famine by British. The food that had to reach the common people was given to the British soldiers, which led to death of 30 lakh people due to starvation, due to malnutrition. I am not saying this. This is proved with a study by a team at Indian Institute of Technology, Gandhinagar. Viewers, I leave things up to you to decide whether BBC has the real strength to make documentaries on these. Do you think this can happen? I would wrap up this edition by saying our internal issue is decided and discussed by us and not by others. Our nation is our pride. Thank you, viewers. Thank you for watching me. Until the next time I meet you all, signing off. Sricharan. Thank you, viewers.